We're gonna do story quests for CLORINDE today. Okay. Let's go. Okay, do we have music? Okay, it's off. Let's go.
Huh? Do you also see Navia and CLORINDE over there? They look
Focus
like they
mode.
might have run into some kind of trouble.
Wait, what?
Let's go check out what's going on.
Isn't that automatic? Wait. No more. Yes, you can. Okay, you can press it after you started. Whew. That was a little scary. Okay, there's one other thing I need to do here. Wow, okay. Put this over there. Does anyone know how to disable this really annoying thing that Windows does? Where sometimes you're trying to move a window and then it makes all the other windows tiny, like in a tile layout. Like, I don't want that. I just want to move the window where I want to put it. And I don't need, Okay, anyway, let's go. Exactly. None of them believe me. I do not want to get weaseled today. We're not getting weaseled today.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already.
Dice.
Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
You're trying to have a party?
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
You're trying to start a raid group.
Navia, CLORINDE, what's up?
Try to build a static.
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
What are you gonna do?
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
What kind of problem?
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
It is a static.
Marechaussee what now?
Marechaussee Ultimate.
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
D&D? Hell yes, I would. Yes, that's awesome.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
Oh my god, yeah, I want to D&D with Navia and CLORINDE. Hell yes.
That sounds super interesting.
Fun.
CLORINDE and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them.
Can I be any character? Can I be a goblin with a fat ass?
And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on, a brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
We gotta play it then.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Oh, we should get Nuvalet to DM.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He would be
I know
such
I
a
was
good
the one that
DM.
handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
It's like when your character dies, it just starts raining. And you're like, okay, well, what's the damage? Did we make it? And it starts raining outside, and you're like, oh,
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
that is a big problem. Wait, team of 4, but there's 4 of us, right? Paimon?
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that
Can 2 people play as 1? I guess.
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players and ensure that everyone has a good time.
CLORINDE is DM. Nice.
okay? Well, Traveler, what
Dude, she's gonna be brutal
Okay.
DM.
Paimon
So,
will follow your lead.
I'm a little scared. She's the type that she's not gonna fudge the numbers to help you out, man. We're gonna die. Better not make a character you like too much.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
She'd be terrifying. I guess we'll find out.
I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Claran the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what players are gonna do, so...
On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Ooh. The scenes and... Okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
you're right.
this is a big
Whoever
deal.
wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
We're gonna LARPing and D&D together?
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
This sounds great.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
So there's 2 others then. It's me, Navia, me and Paimon, Navia, and then 2 other people?
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I'd like to see her be chaotic evil.
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Oh my god. That's what I do. That's me doing D&D. I'm like the druid trying to talk to every animal and plant. Also, it's not just the animals, you can also do speak to plants. So... I will slow down this campaign so hard. I'll be like, is there grass in the vicinity? Okay, I would like to speak with the grass. Excuse me, Mr. Grass. Did the bad guy step on you? Did you like it? Was he hot? Oh, I think this isn't part of the quest. Okay. Yeah, I think this isn't it. Those aren't the people for D&D.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, Fiorina? Lini?
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
I'm glad. She sounds happy to see us. I thought she was gonna be like, you got the Traveler and Paimon with you.
What a pleasant surprise.
It's okay, we're
I
over
assume
it.
you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
Hey, you two, what's up? Hi.
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette Fremine and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Claran simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
That's good. We need to get her out.
If you're
doing
interested,
stuff.
I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
Dude, how much is the membership fees?
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Must be pretty expensive. If she has to say that.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clarine?
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
Ah, right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Oh, do you mean like she was doing this when she was supposed to be working?
Wow. I'm so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Yes. That's what's so fun about this. If we have a problem with any of the rules... Oh yeah! Are you gonna fight me?
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players.
Oh god. She's the type who's like, it's my players who get themselves into those situations. They're just playing out according to there must be consequences for what you do.
I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but
Yeah.
now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
You just look angry.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
Does seem like that. Yep.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
Is she about to accomplish that right now? We should stop bothering her.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh my god. She's scary. She's a little intimidating.
Ah, I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
He's a red mage. Oh my god.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to
Okay.
give you a brief introduction of the script.
I'm all for this. Like, when I play, I always prefer to dress up as well.
This script was adapted from the real history of the Marashose Hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Okay.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marashose Hunters. Is that a problem?
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marashose Hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor.
Oh, we did that quest. It was really good. Yeah, we did that.
But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
Cassiodor quest.
Mm-hmm. And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
Well, I guess we'll learn more about that.
In that case,
This is cool.
brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Yes.
Oh, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
She's so excited about this.
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
What is... Okay.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
So we're gonna learn about the Rapperia here too. Head to the game venue indicated in the script. Yes, it's so nice to see Fiorina like excited and doing something fun. This is exactly what she needs. And we're gonna see a side of Claran that we really need to see because she definitely seems like a person who is very, very serious and work mode all the time. Am I going the right way? Yes. Yes, I'm going the right way. Wow. Pulls first? No, we're gonna pull after the quest. And the Archon quest I'll probably do tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow.
Whoa, they really have thought of everything.
Oh wow!
Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
Fatometer.
The Fatometer. What's that?
That's what I thought.
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
Oh, it's the dice.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
It better be. I mean, we brought Paimon, and
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
that's what I said. Paimon's gonna go
I
out.
think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
That's so true.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty.
She
If there
does.
are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
Big same.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front of you, and write down your name and profession. You can find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In this
Okay.
story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
This is so cute. Oh my god.
Ooh, nice.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Okay.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
Why don't you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marashose hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
Kinda like in real life.
Yeah, we knew that it was gonna be like that.
So,
Anyway.
for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep, it can be any name you like.
You can use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Oh, so it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself. That's not a bad idea.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
What? Okay.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill
I'll be
points that you
Zorpla.
can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
I'll take persuasion and investigation. Those are must-haves when it comes to missions like these.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
Oh, is she gonna be like our rogue? That would be
So,
cool.
should we also take those skills then?
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand.
No, he's gonna
That
be
will
the
give
rogue.
us more options if we
Okay.
run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out of.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play. Let me see. I'll take art and performance. I'm
Bard.
not quite sure what use they'll be, but
Okay.
I'm not as knowledgeable about the other skills. And I'm not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Ooh, does this matter? I will learn cooking because I love to cook.
Ha! Gotta say, this suits you really well. Nothing
Yes.
boosts morale like good food.
And I'm gonna learn insight because I like to be the person who's like do an insight check. Like you meet the nicest person you've ever met and they're like, hey everyone, it's so good to see you. Nice to meet the team. And then I'm like, okay, run an insight check. I don't trust them. That's super annoying. It was every single NPC.
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts.
You never know.
Sounds useful.
You never know.
So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
You've all picked such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
For example, this one here.
Oh no, not summon.
Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
That is trouble for the DM. Do not, girl.
Oh, I saw that one just now as well.
Oh,
The
God.
description says this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the
No.
script's world-building rules.
This is actually horrible for a DM to manage.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you.
Let the
and the
GM
GM
handle
will
it.
take care of the rest.
Oh my god.
All right, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn summon then. Paimon can't
my
wait to
God.
see what kind of thing shows up.
This is hilarious because you can tell this quest was written by people that actually play D&D.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin. Since two of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask. Would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
I'm scared of CLORINDE, so I vote for easy mode.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the fatometer. For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequences. If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the fatometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and face any consequences that may follow. If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default, and you won't have to worry about luck playing a factor.
What? That's way too easy. Can't you just fudge the numbers a little bit if you think that we deserved it? Okay, so the random checks triggered by the photometer often serve as indicators for Destiny's course. Yeah. Press to draw a card and get a random number. If the number displays greater or equal to the check. Yeah, okay. Yes, we want that. We want authentic. The random checks. Okay, got it. Your current check bonuses can be added to your randomly drawn number, making it easier to pass checks.
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games.
Yes, true.
I'm going with authentic mode for
You
sure.
You gotta do authentic.
Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
Farina has been through enough, all right? Just let her play on easy mode, okay? Let her chill out.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be
Just let
successful
her
by
do
default.
whatever. Let her have fun
As
here.
usual, Navia and Linny will
Give
play
her a
on
break.
authentic mode.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Authentic mode,
Are
obviously.
you sure?
Yes.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG. Honestly, I don't think Claran would make things too difficult for us, no matter what the photometer says.
She will.
Isn't that right, Claran?
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Good question.
Well, that's because a long time ago,
Oh, this is so
back when human
cute.
civilization was still in its infancy, powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
But where did the humans come from? Were the demons and sorcerers here first?
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marachose Hunters.
This is so cute. Oh my god. It's loading. Yeah, let me move my camera. Yeah, good call.
Sometime later, as a member of the Marachose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city.
Okay.
As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marachose hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
Classic setup. Great setup for the game.
You're all Marachose hunters too,
Oh,
right?
cute!
Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side.
Now I want this artwork for every character in the game. Everybody needs this card. Helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side. She's a merchant.
What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Okay, count me in.
Cool! Wow, that's awesome! So awesome. This is like trickster. So cool.
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I
Wow!
was adopted by a Marachose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Man, we need these. I need this as a skin.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds like they've done this dozens of times. My name is Farina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts.
So
Even
cute.
though I'm a Marchese hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
This is so adorable. Bard Fiorina outfit. When? Please.
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
This is so wholesome.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion to this Marachose hunter right here.
I've been studying the culinary arts since I
Wait,
was a
what?
child. I
Wait,
hope
what
my
the fu-
delicious food can help boost people's spirits.
What? I'm a chef. There's a chef outfit? This is my class? It's so lame. Compared to everybody else, got a cool class. I'm a f***ing chef holding a ladle. What in the hell?
That's wonderful.
What the
I'll be looking forward to your cooking during
pick
our
cooking?
adventures together.
I thought that it would be like a side thing. That was just our proficiencies. It wasn't my class. What the fuck? Everybody else is like cool thief, bard, like merchant. I'm standing. Well, actually, it makes sense because I'm probably standing there with a ladle that Nouvellette got me. That actually makes sense.
Well, if we're all here for the same commission, why don't we take some time to confirm what we need to do?
I'm still holding it.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marachose hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
The people are being led astray. Wait, the humans joining the side of the monsters and sorcerers?
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
Huh.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by. Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not right within the kingdom and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
But who's in charge?
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good
She's
idea.
a natural.
We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
Door of
You
Resurrection.
look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
Okay, that's the first place to go, of course. Is the tavern.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
It's totally classic for the person who's new to actually be the best at figuring everything out. This makes complete sense.
Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm like, what?
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
This is usually what I end up doing. I feel like the way Navia plays is similar to the way I usually would play.
You didn't even take
Random
cooking as
stuff.
one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Oh my god, are you serious? Can you?
Hey, did she just... me?
Florian must have broke character for a second.
She did. Why are you harassing the DM?
This
You're gonna
isn't
get us
getting us
killed.
anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
Okay. This is hilarious so far. How about I cook something right here, right now?
Are you sure?
Yes.
In that case, please refer to the fatometer.
Okay. Use cooking. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh! 20!
A critical
Critical! Not 20! First thing! Wow!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot
Holy
and fire used for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth
Insane.
agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot.
Amazing. It's because of Nouvelette's ladle that I'm using. It's super powerful.
As the soup gently simmers, steam rises from the pot, and a hearty aroma begins to fill the air. All trace of sadness is wiped from the woman's expression, replaced by a look of barely suppressed anticipation.
Nice.
Please have some food. Who knows? Maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
Oh,
She talked.
thank you so much. This is the best meal I've had in a long time,
I cooked.
probably since my husband left to fight the monsters.
Is your husband a Marashose hunter too?
Marashose Hunter? No. My husband is just one of the guards from the capital. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
This is so cool. So you said you chose a different decision and you got a totally different dialogue. Oh my god, it really is like playing D&D. This is so cool. This is amazing.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news.
And don't forget to eat.
Don't forget to eat.
Thank you all so much.
Don't
And
forget.
I will. I will.
Don't forget to eat.
The stare, yeah. Okay, this is super neat. This is a totally
As
new
you
kind of
venture
quest.
further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
People have no money?
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Clorinde is such a good DM! She's so good at it.
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
How much is an onion? $10?
What do you know? War's nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
She even gave him a little accent.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Give him fake money. Lenny.
Okay, while everyone is talking, I secretly use my magic props to summon a bottle of wine without the merchant noticing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna close my eyes again. Oh no, he does it. I didn't click anything. It's his job. Okay.
We meant no offense, sir. Here,
That makes
allow
sense.
me to offer you this bottle of vintage wine, made only from the finest grapes. I'll just leave it here. Please, enjoy it at your leisure. I should mention that this wine is the perfect accompaniment to a meal. I'd suggest enjoying it with dinner.
All right. Go on and ask. What do you want to know?
Do you have any information on the monsters or the
That works.
crisis that has overtaken the kingdom?
Crisis. If you ask me, there's a crisis everywhere you look. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat.
It seems like that because it's the people that summoned us here with the commission. We haven't heard anything from the nobles.
Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
Maybe.
That is concerning. Thank you, sir. We won't take up any more of your time now.
Are we gonna get away with that?
Yeah, we did. Hey, why did you leave in such a hurry?
You know why?
Well, you see, that bottle of wine was just a cardboard prop.
Haha, got him.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Scammed the guy
Before
out of
you lies
information.
the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low.
He's probably looking for the alchemy
He
table.
doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait, you're...
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come!
Oh.
What great news! The city is saved!
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free of monsters. The first Marashose hunter, Casiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back. However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs. All I know for sure is that their return has stripped the city of any chance at peace.
The monster's back.
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true!
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
Okay.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well, so be on your guard.
Oh. They've infiltrated the city. Ooh, that's what they meant earlier when they said that some of the people are being led astray. Maybe, like, some people are also taking up the evil sorcery. But this also means that we have a backstory as Marashose hunters. Like, we have our pre-existing story. Where's the other Marashose hunters? Aren't they doing anything? Is there just not that many?
They're
Why?
actively working with the monsters
Oh,
and have corrupted the
it's
court
true.
ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess.
The court ministers are corrupted?
Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people.
Oh.
Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
He's been corrupted with magic.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Hey, Raccoon Man MD, thanks for the 20-month resub.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Farina could sing him a song.
Uh-huh. Like, now? Is this really the right time?
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more
Yeah.
important to focus on the crisis at hand. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
Okay.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Yes.
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
But which problem should we tackle first?
The problem from within, obviously.
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
But then again, the monsters outside are disrupting trade routes, and people might starve if we can't figure that out.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Well, Claran said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marashose hunters were also treated like that.
People had too many problems to, like, roll out the red carpet, and you can't blame them for that.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know too. The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
No. All Marashose hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marashose hunter?
If they could learn the technique.
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
It's like being a Navy SEAL.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Rapperia. After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order. One of the ancient sorcerers of Rapperia used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Yeah, we learned about that.
Now wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
Yeah, what about, we're metagaming.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... how about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this, Claran?
From my master.
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorinde over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back
What
to what I was
happened?
saying.
What happened?
Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marashose Hunters.
Right. Okay.
Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marashose Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
She knows that better than anyone.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerer?
I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Farina.
Maybe she's
Plus,
right.
if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
Am I going to be contrarian and say that the sorcerer problem seems important, or am I going to agree? I think I'm going to agree.
It's decided then.
All right. After some discussion, you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
Because I trust their reasoning. Okay. I haven't done the Archon quest. No.
Like that guy said.
We're gonna do that tomorrow.
You there! Outsiders, halt!
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles.
Oh, hey, Jay! Hey! It's so good to see you. How dare you leave Cali before we could... I know! I was only there for one day, literally. It sucked. Like, I got in Tuesday evening. I was there all day, busy Wednesday with the media tour, and then I was gone Thursday morning. So I had no time at all to hang out. Sad. Hey, are you doing Cata Classic? Are you? Maybe I should level in there. Maybe we should do that. Anyways.
Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
I'm the captain of the guard.
He's hurt.
I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
We're counting on Navia to persuade. Yeah, persuade.
Sir, we were indeed in the city earlier, but our purpose was only to gather information on the monsters. We're here to help the city and all the people within it. Your guards are still fighting the monsters as we speak. They could be seriously wounded and in grave need of support. You need all the help you can get.
Oh, she passed. Easy.
The man regards you with doubt and concern. After a period of inner struggle, he lets out a long sigh and informs you of the locations where the monsters have appeared. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with, but if you insist on going, I won't stop you either. I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
Okay.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
Okay.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
What? You can't talk to them. You just gotta keep going.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
I won't turn back. We gotta kill the monster. Oh. It's up here? Yeah, the scratches on the rocks. What in the hell? Fire?
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged.
Oh no!
They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round begins now.
Oh, okay. Combat check. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm not looking. I'm just gonna click on one. Are you serious? Again? Another nat 20. Oh yes.
And what?
Actually, do not.
Starfall!
I don't think I know how to play any of these characters that they gave me. I have no idea. I'm just gonna press buttons.
Let's get this show on the road.
The next battle round begins now.
I have no idea. I think you have to do that.
Proper send-up! From the Spinowith?
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating into thin air.
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the
I'm so
Marashosei
lucky.
Hunter class came with all those preset skill points. Otherwise, we would have been in some real trouble.
I never knew the photometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground
can just
catches
be
your
lucky.
attention.
Just be lucky. 5 heads.
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
Treasure.
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
And Primo's? Primo chest?
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground, even without opening it. You can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Think about all the people suffering in the capital.
I thought you were the
Or all
rogue.
those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters.
What?
Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Oh my god. Well, we should get a little bit.
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it for ourselves.
Yeah, we found it, so that means...
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marashosei hunters.
True.
What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
They might.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
If we buy gear and food from the townspeople, we're still helping them, right? Because they would give them the money.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late.
What?
Why don't we call it a day for now?
No!
Wow, where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me
She needs to
either.
recharge.
Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another location?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. They really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Claran finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the hunters.
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, to Paimon, not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy your own.
So based and correct. Right? That is worse than buying your own. Don't finish the free food you got.
And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Claran's master.
Well,
If the story doesn't have a happy ending,
It's
okay.
nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now.
well,
My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
what? Your birth parents left you behind and then
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
people had you?
Master was a fascinating individual,
What?
if inexperienced in the ways of raising children. My first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned.
Oh my god.
She just stood there and casually lectured me about it.
So, this is a person who saved you, but is not good at raising kids.
See? That's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
But weren't you like 5? Are you 4 or 5? Like, how old are you? What's going on?
Excuse me for asking this, Clarande, but
That's what I said,
how
lady.
old were you exactly when all this happened?
Probably around, 3, give or take.
It's time to learn how to hold a sword.
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
Yeah, but it's not like your hand's gonna grow back. What if you cut off your hand? Your master's sounds dumb as hell. Like, I'm sorry, but
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway,
'cause you're
children don't
3.
get to choose how they're raised.
No
Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
I mean, she clearly has good intentions, but I don't know how you can be that negligent and like just not have that common sense with a child who's 3 years old and giving them a sword is stupid.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet?
Yeah.
That seems even more dangerous.
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
What the
And how old were you when this happened?
5.
Okay. That's pretty rough.
Well, did you win?
Well, clearly, because she's here. What happened to the Geovishap?
No, I lost.
Oh,
So you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat, and we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
yeah. That's a nice way of putting it.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marachose hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents. Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that.
Man, I bet she would like, I bet she would just like leave you in the forest to fend for yourself, you know, like they would do with the Spartan children.
Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time, so I didn't know how to interact with others.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice? Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who was always active at night?
Like Batman, but a Batwoman?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
My apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause. Although, calling herself the Protector of Order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
Wow, okay. That's quite a character that this person was. What happened to her,
That
though?
sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
What in the hell? She sounds a totally crazy person. Like, completely unhinged person.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual.
Yeah.
With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her student followed in her footsteps.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction. But
It's amazing that Clorinde is so well adjusted.
But...
she suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
What?
Disappeared?
She died?
What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I
What?
was never able to find out where she went.
So on your birthday, she's just gone?
That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house.
Oh my god. Imagine it's your birthday, you're turning 10 years old, and then the mom never comes to pick you up. And you never see her again.
When she still didn't appear after a few days,
Oh my god.
I went to Mr. Callis's house to ask about her whereabouts. But he only shook his head.
It's horrible.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
He didn't even know.
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, it all made a lot of sense. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably used it as an opportunity to force me to become independent.
You're 10 years old. Man, what a... There's no excuse for that. None. None. There's no justification.
Just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves them behind.
But you're not a kitten. You're a person. Why are you making excuses for this behavior?
Were you upset, Clarande?
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason. There must have been something she just had to do.
I mean, you can't blame Clarinde for trying to rationalize it the way she does. Anybody would probably think the way that she does after this happened. But I think that it's reprehensible to do this to a child.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
It's despite her that she became the person that she is, not because. It's despite of this. So it only shows that, like, Clorinde was able to overcome all that.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Now it makes sense why she is by the books and strict and goes according to what the law. Because she's been around someone that was totally chaotic and it sucked.
Who knew Clarande had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before.
Wow, that's so sad. That's heartbreaking.
I wonder. If
It makes me
Clarande's
mad,
master were
actually.
the champion duelist back then, would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently?
I wonder.
Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clarande and Navi are probably
Yes.
thinking something similar. The mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
It doesn't matter. What's happened is what's happened.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day for real this time. If we keep talking like this, we really will be here all night.
Nice save.
I had a great time today, Miss Clarande. Thank you for being our GM.
She's a great GM. She's really good at it.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
I don't know. I would feel really awkward here. Like, to me, this is horrific. Not something I would laugh about at all.
You could be right.
But I appreciate her trying to make light and levity here, because it's extremely dark.
What does she mean onto something? I certainly don't know any
Yeah,
5-year-olds who
Fiorina
want to
knows.
fight a bishop in their spare time.
Thank you, Fiorina. Thank you, girl. Fiorina's like, what the f? That's not normal.
Guess I'll head back as well. I
do
need
you
to
mean,
save my
onto
energy
something?
if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Okay. Wow. Well, this is super fun. What a crazy new type of quest where your choices matter and you can roll the dice and stuff. It's been awesome. But wow, oh my god, I started choking up a little bit hearing about what happened to Clorinde and her master. She's had a rough life. What happened to... She's just had one unfortunate turn after another. Like, okay, so her parents abandoned her. Then she ends up with some people of ill repute doing God knows what. with her, and then Master shows up and saves her, but then subjects her to this horrific childhood.
Just between the two of us, could you tell me what it was like to be the Geovishop's pet?
It was nothing special, really. Geovishops don't understand the concept of a pet. So basically, it just headbutted me whenever I entered its territory.
And that hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. What, something you want to experience for yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. So, do we need to wait till the next day? Wait till 8. The next day. 8 a.m. Yeah. We're gonna start D&D at 8 a.m.? That's insane. But okay.
Melusines are beautiful creatures.
Let's go meet up with the group. Paimon's really looking forward to today's story.
Super fun so far.
No.
Okay. Silly Charles in the chat. You better not be silly Charling in the chat. Just because I get up for 30 seconds doesn't mean we can be Hilly Berlin and silly Charling in the chat. I don't know why it's like that. Every time. Oh, I also see the, oh my god, I see the monarchy.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday?
Oh, it's cool.
There
It's
was
a
an
dungeon.
important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
It's a
Is
cool
that really
dungeon.
the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Maripede.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Well, whatever happens,
Oh, no.
we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Claran's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Paimon's good. Thanks.
Very intimidating deal.
Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Oh, this is the short sword Claran mentioned last night. I found it.
What? The sword that she cut herself with when she was 3 years old?
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
So Clorinde gave it to Navia at some point. Okay. To break out of prison. But we're not in prison yet.
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
All right, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Turns out, Paimon cares more about snacks than treasure.
So, you've reached an agreement?
Snacks
All
are
right,
the
then.
treasure.
We
This
can
is the same.
continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
Like, what do you think treasure is for? It's for buying snacks.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
Okay.
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help. Thank you, kind soul. The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, there's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh, good
Maybe.
idea.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Check complete. What did I do?
Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
The king. Uh-oh, that could be bad, though, because aren't they dirty? Uh-oh.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
It's a trap, but we gotta go.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
We'll just burn it.
That sounds a little intense.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king.
Uh-oh. Is this gonna be like the worm tongue? Whatever that guy's name. I think that was his name. It's like, they are not welcome.
After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up.
The traveler
His
is here.
gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's
She's
side.
not welcome.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though,
Yes.
we should keep a close eye on him.
That's exactly what's going on.
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks.
Yes.
Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his Prime Minister, to welcome you in his stead.
I don't know, I think it's really sussy when somebody else is talking for the character instead of them just saying what they want to say. Yeah, I think they should just speak for themselves because
I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened. The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us. Well, that was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Well, we did take the treasure, but...
How did he know about the treasure?
Then I must ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
oh, they're here to confiscate the treasure that we were trying to give away to the people.
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction. Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
It is a trap.
But that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere!
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
We were giving it away.
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Wow, Paimon, that's... That's pretty rich coming from you, of all people here.
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely unmoved by the events before him.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could both the king and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons.
In the dungeon.
Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
Good idea.
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
You can have my hand too.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
Oh my god.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides.
Oh my god.
It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world.
Uh-oh.
Stay here, and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
You reach toward your waist, but find nothing
Oh
there.
no!
You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
Oh! Oh my god. Are you serious?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Oh! But you didn't say that you had a knife in your boot.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of
Yeah,
this
you
course of
can't
action.
just say, oh, by the
Moreover,
way.
the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
Yeah, they checked your boot.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Yeah, you can't just like suddenly materialize objects because you were thinking about like I don't think I would let that slide either.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
Indeed.
Huh?
She's
Why
so
are you the one
pleased.
saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
What?
What? But that's a terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison? Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate?
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
It's actually like Fortress of Meripede, yeah.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier. I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Oh. Is it a Remuria?
Wait, Claran said
Whoa,
that sword
whoa,
used to
whoa,
belong
Nora.
to her master, right?
Hey.
Does that mean
She's
her
scared.
master has been alive that
I
long?
think it's gonna rain. Oh, Nora. Hey. Oh, she's shaking. Her whole body's shivering. Nora. Oh my god, you're freaking out. Her whole body's shaking. Why? It's not even raining yet. Nora. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to see what's going on because this feels like it's not normal. I've never felt her shake so hard. What's going on, Nora? Like I have my hands on her, it's just like completely vibrating. Oh. Come on. Let me help you out. I have some medication for her that might help her. From the vet. My dog, she gets really scared when there's a storm coming, and there's a storm about to come. And I have got her, she's on doggy Prozac, like I took her to the vet for this, and the doctor gave her some medication. Let's just try to continue with the quest. Let's just try to continue on. Clarence said that the sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master's been alive that long?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
I got super distracted here, and so I'm trying to get back on track.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her.
If I were Clarinde, I'd probably want to get rid of all that stuff.
I gave you the sword back then, because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel. Between Mr. Callis and myself.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well.
Oh my god.
After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other.
Right.
She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back.
I'm glad that we can work through this together, kind of. Like, talking about this now, it's hard, but it needs to happen. This is a conversation that has to happen.
We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided. Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other.
Yes.
And can enjoy things like this together.
That's right. That's right. This is healing for everybody.
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
Noise from the door.
Huh?
Who's that? Oh, it's a letter on the ground.
Oh, looks like the next part of our script is here.
Oh, okay.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
It was getting a little bit intense.
From Claran's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Maintaining a poker face takes true skill.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair. Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Someone
Who are you?
else?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marechaussee hunter. Shh! I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
Yeah, from the beginning.
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet. Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
We have no other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marechaussee hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Okay. Treasure map.
You better check the map, hun.
Wow. What excellent timing. Were you waiting this whole time to... That's the best timing for that redeem I have ever seen. Great job.
Got it.
Perfect.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marechaussee hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you
Whoa.
successfully escaped the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
Hey. I know it's scary that the pressure drops and it's going to rain. I know. I know. Oh, girl, you need a bath. It's bath
Wait,
time.
we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
The DM's like, oh, that's too bad. Oh, wow, look how beautiful. Oh my god. Game pretty. Look how pretty game is. Ooh. Ooh. Sometimes it's striking. It's striking. How pretty game is. Oh my god, she's climbing on me. Ouch, girl. Man, pulling my hair. She's trying from the other side this time. I don't know. The thing is that there's nothing I can do for her. There's really nothing I can do. You're gonna put yourself down, sweetie. Oh. I can't help you. Like, I can't stop the rain. I know, we're scared. Whoa. Like, I'm worried she's gonna, knock over, like, get tangled up in my mic. Some stuff. Someone to distract her. There's nobody. There's nobody here. I can. It is what it is. There's just not a lot I can do. I gave her the medication. And I can't control the rain, you know. So it's kind of been a challenge because nobody really could do anything about it. Okay. I haven't seen the CLORINDE demo yet. Nope. But we can watch that before I pull. What about a sound machine? I've never heard of that. Maybe that could work. Is this where we need to be for the quest? I'm not sure.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Right now. A sight to behold.
Whoa, getting smacked around.
Emerge.
Well, I don't know if we need it, but it is a chest.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure
I don't think
chest
that's
has at
what
least
we were
made
looking
it a
for.
worthwhile experience.
Head to the secret vault. Okay, I found it.
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
That's her style. She's like, well, if it doesn't work, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
Wow,
demolitionist.
you really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm missing them. Oh.
Oh, what's the matter?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Cool. I like how they're showing you where to go next, even though you literally could not get lost. This is for me.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in. Huh. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
Is that not something you planned?
What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door?
Uh-oh.
Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong, Clarande?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
The breathing of the secret.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yes, that should be fine.
She seems to like, this is a real place that she heard about from her master that's not supposed to be connected.
Something feels off about all this. Guess I'll just have to improvise.
Something feels off. Is this real danger? Oop. Wait for your companions to progress. I pop the bubble.
I found something!
Oh.
found something here, too.
Same here.
Turned it. We have to wait for them to do this part. I think. Okay. Activate the mechanism to solve the puzzle. Man, it's hard to aim with this thing. Beep, 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 boo, boo. I need to make all of them lit up. Oh, we need 3. Okay. But... Okay, we got it. Okay, I got it. What?
It worked.
Okay, it worked.
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
With?
a key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Huh? This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me.
What? Is it real?
It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
Uh-oh.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Paimon! Don't ruin it.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here? Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
She peeked.
I've been discovered then.
Wait, that voice, it's
the guy who helped us.
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself, and has come to stake his claim.
But...
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax.
Poor Fiorina.
Well, if we
She
can't
wasn't
see
sure.
anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marechaussee Hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Uh-oh?
Retreat? That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
What?
You got it.
Well then, let us begin.
His eyes. What the f... What's going on? Oh, I can play as Claran.
Into the shadows.
I'm gonna shoot him.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Too bad. I'm gonna shoot.
Your strike
Wow,
is successful.
cool. That was awesome.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
Is it over?
That was
Can
cool.
we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Girl, don't kill him.
Oh, well, did we get him?
Why isn't she answering?
Claran?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character. Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us? Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies! I, Florian, am a true marechaussee hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
It's hard. It's like the reality and fiction, or it's blurring the line.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a marechaussee hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a marechaussee hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a marechaussee hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The marechaussee hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
I mean, yeah, but it's kind of a defunct organization.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, whoa. Was this whole thing a setup just to get us to talk about the martial?
So that's why you
What's this guy's motivation?
You feel like you're
Does he want to play D&D or not?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because he probably needed us to open it? I don't know.
Because I still needed the final key.
Only a true marechaussee hunter is capable of passing through this final door. As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
That is a threat.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
Now we're back in the game. That was really weird though. Because there were some things that she didn't expect that seemed like not part of the game. Without anyone noticing, she takes out her own key and joins it with the others to form the final required shape.
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than
Screwdriver?
100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
Oh my gosh.
Uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring.
Navia already
do we
has
have
that in her
here?
eyes, so she doesn't have to do... She already has the stars, so...
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
You call this a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse!
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
Seems to have some meaning for Claran,
They
though.
provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part? They could have at least filled this place with cardboard Mora or something!
Oh my god. She's like a forum poster.
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marachose Hunter treasure.
This is it? The Marachose Hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords? I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it!
What?
Whoa, are you okay?
The Marachose Hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.
Ooh.
Loaded.
Loaded. Cool! Haha! This is awesome, actually. You can zap forward! Okay. So, the guy stepped aside to deal with his mental breakdown.
The names on the tablet.
The old and broken weapons.
It's all that's left of the Marachose hunters.
What is the treasure supposed to be?
Walter.
Into the shadows.
Oh my god, that's so much fun. That's super fun.
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
What?
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
What?
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marachose hunter are as sharp as ever.
What's this guy's problem?
I deserve some answers, don't you think?
Why did he want...
Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marechaussee hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments.
I mean, that's fair, but does that
I
justify
don't know when
the
it started, but at
explosives?
some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
Was he possessed?
From your description, I
Hold on a
suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
Okay. I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator. What's a Devorator?
Devorator?
Devorator. How about...
Oh, your master, your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marechaussee hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well.
Seal.
My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
Oh, he got possessed?
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marechaussee hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in
What?
the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
It's a demon?
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley.
What?
Man.
I know just how strong you are.
Was this all from the
It's as clear as
Devorator?
day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck sneaking up on her.
The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then...
Oh!
Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
What? So the whole thing was to lure her here for the using D&D because it's the only hobby that she has. And it was all a trap to try to get the key, but you can't pull one over on Claran because she's super alert. The monster, it wanted to bury you here.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
And in response to all that, she says, well, the script was pretty good. I mean, it's so real. It's so real as the DM. Like, you hear all these horrible things, And then you're like, well, at least, look, I'm just glad I didn't have to prepare for today's session. Bro, you saved me from having to prepare for 2 sessions. And it was pretty good. So I'm not even mad. That's hilarious.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it.
I was like, well, I mean, I guess it was pretty good.
The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
Wow. That is a really compassionate take.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else.
Yeah, who cares if you're forgotten? Who cares if people don't pay attention anymore? It doesn't matter. It's about your intention and your honor.
Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
She's like, hold up. You did fuck up. Pretty bad. Okay, before you get ahead of yourself, let's talk about what you did.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see the script through to the end.
She's like, now we're gonna finish our session. We're not done with the session.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Actually, she just wants to... She's trying to preserve this guy, like keep this guy around and get him to see the light so he can keep writing sessions for D&D. Because he did a really good job. So you can't just be like, you know, how dare you? Get out of here. So he did such a good job.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it.
You're gonna
The
make
evil
this guy
sorcerer
keep
still needs
writing
to be
it.
defeated.
This is perfect.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails.
This is awesome.
I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
Wow. I did not expect that from her. But this is her precious hobby, and everybody's having such a good time. She doesn't want to ruin it. It makes sense. I'm just gonna make this guy finish this session. I just it's such a power move. I love her for this. Oh no, we're not done.
They're back!
That took a while.
Time to improvise, buddy.
Ahem! My fellow Marachose hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
Tone it down.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Marachose hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
Yes.
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
Kinda true.
That little... Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
That's right.
50-50,
He's
I
adept at
guess.
manipulating the hearts and
There was
minds
the
of the people.
Devorator, but...
I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
Huh. And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. It reminded me of my father's past teachings. The treasure was actually...
the friends we made along the way.
The names of all the Marachose hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role-player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean, Marachose hunter Navia's exploration skills.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marachose hunter called Est. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
So, she was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter. Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Marachose hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Oh. That's why Claran's master was going out at night to be like a Batman.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right. Few Marachose hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows. The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night, when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
Yeah, it's like a shadow organization.
No wonder this place was
brotherhood.
so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder that you are never truly alone. The tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, You once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to find.
Yeah, it's like a slice of humble pie for you that you needed, isn't it? I'd like to do an insight check. Okay.
His eyes are sincere, and his words ring true. You can tell that every word he
I gotta do
spoke
an
just
insight
now
check.
came from the bottom of his heart.
Okay.
I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
I told you I was gonna do that, didn't I? When I picked insight.
Well, I say we let you join.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts. Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons and the stone tablet.
What if
That
the
is weird.
secret's hidden inside these weapons?
What if there's treasure inside the treasure?
GM, permission to investigate.
Yeah, check it. Barely.
At first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary. But as you observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within. These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
So basically, take these with us, right?
Yeah, it's... Yes.
I'll take this weapon.
Weapons.
Since it used to belong to us.
It is loot, after all.
Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Mage Archer, best class.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
Paimon, what are you gonna pick?
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination. A silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
The basement in my house. What? Why is he there?
We must be extremely careful. He's spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one.
Okay.
He will not be easily defeated.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear? We
Smart.
don't want to just fight him and lose, right?
Paimon's the real gamer here, isn't she?
Oh,
It's like, we need to level up. We need better gear. Was our eye level?
no. We have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Exactly. It's like, Paimon, this is a one shot.
Yes, that's what's called...
Catching your enemy off guard.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please, lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
Okay.
He had to set up so many scenes today.
And now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Don't feel bad
Finally,
for him.
You decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
Yeah, because we'll have to bring the weapons back, right? Okay. Is this nearby? This is the one that's nearby. Okay.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described.
A basement.
As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
It is real.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
It's real. This is creepy.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close.
Yeah.
If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
You mean...
He wants to test his strength of will?
Yes. I intend to lure it into my body.
What?
That's too risky.
You
If
insane?
things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target. The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over.
Isn't there another way?
You're not like me, Miss CLORINDE. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter. The monster broke free due to my error. It's only right that I shoulder the responsibility for its destruction. This is something that I have to do. Consider it a duel to restore my honor.
Okay.
My only request is that you give it your all.
I mean...
I understand. Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Man, I feel like this is kind of rough for her because this is her hobby she does for fun. And earlier she's like, I like to keep a very strict line between my personal life and my professional life. And now that line is getting blurred.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
How do I go up there? I don't know. How are we supposed to do that? How do you fly up if I'm on the... this is not where I need to be, even. Oh! The boat. Okay. Use the boat, that's smart.
Take it easy.
Got it. Zepla and Paimon. Wait, is it? Are we getting weaseled? Oh my god. Okay, we are getting weaseled, even though I did focused mode. I got lured by the treasure chest. What am I supposed to do? Oh my god. I wanted the treasure. Okay. I can just go inside the house. Place the crystal mechanism in an artificial environment. Okay. I might as well finish it. Okay. We got salsa. She tells me that too. Is he young? Okay. Catherine, listen to you? No. Okay. Did I get the treasure? Did it? Okay, I don't think I did. Oh, I got 20 primos. Yeah, that's good. Better have primos. I always get weaseled, man. No matter what. Even with a focus mode. It's gonna happen. Oh, it's a cutscene. That's the thing? Oh! Oh! Oh no!
So lifelike.
Just hiding behind her little guys. Does that do anything? Throwing the card? Like, that seems more effective. With the cannons.
Why is nothing working?
The cards, I'm not
This foe is
surprised.
not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marshose Hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are
The
summoned.
summons!
Walter the Marashose Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters. I call for aid!
You summons!
Est,
Yes.
the Marshose Hunter.
Good idea.
Inheritor of Cassiodor's will. Judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Sometimes you gotta...
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
Petronia did save her.
We have come to answer your summons.
Wow! Cool! Man, that was so sick! That was awesome!
The monsters were eradicated,
That was
and
so
the sorcerer was
cute.
defeated.
Amazing! What a cutscene!
Peace soon returned to the capital.
Badass!
Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways.
Crazy. Crazy. Crazy awesome.
Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marechaussee Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
Yeah, because it's not about the glory at all.
I'm assuming we finally reached the end of the script.
Is Farina tired?
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
Good end.
It's a pretty solid story overall. I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, the more impressed I became with the production and the plot. That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
It was super realistic effects, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Totally.
Navia remembers that it's a game right now.
That's a really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
Lenny already knows everything he knows. The whole situation.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again. Oh, we should probably give these props back, right? I'll just leave mine here.
Did you have a good time?
Of course.
So
Let me
nice.
know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened.
Yeah.
Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted to have passed out cold like that.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo!
He's just tired from running all those sessions. That's what she thinks. I mean, it's believable.
Okay, so, can I ask now?
I think it should be fine, yeah.
Normal reaction of DM after the sessions, after the campaign's done.
What in the world was going on back there?
So you saw through all of that?
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong. Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
Man, I hope Fiorina is way out of earshot right now. Are you serious? Make sure check around the corner.
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
Wow. Paimon and Traveler just as clueless?
Oh, wait. Don't tell me you never... Ugh, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, partner, I'll do it for you.
Bit late for that, don't you think?
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So loud. My head.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
Oh my god, it's great.
No shaking, please!
Some Paimon after you.
Oh, my head.
Thank you. Florian explains the truth.
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot? It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Clorinde!
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight in the opposite direction.
Everything was under control.
You can absolutely trust Claran with your life, okay?
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control.
She's always in control.
I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
That's true. That's very true.
Guess I'm just used to it.
Man. Clarence, girl. You've been through a lot. You have been through too much.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at coming up with things on the spot.
She's seen it all.
As for you, Florian...
She's like, just another Tuesday.
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes, and accept any punishment that comes my way.
I gotta say, Clorinde, she reminds me of, like, people I know who have had the hardest lives and have been through the most bad stuff. They're like this. There's people that I know that are like this are so chill. Because they've seen all. They're like, oh yeah, this isn't a big deal. It's fine. I've been through worse.
I would say you've already suffered more than enough.
What?
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle had proven you to be a true Marechaussee hunter.
He absolutely redeemed himself from what he did. He put his life on the line. Yeah. That's fair.
You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below. Your job as a hunter is more important.
Also, we need you writing scripts.
But...
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
Yeah. Fair.
Yes, of course.
As far as I'm concerned, though, your showing in the duel was enough to prove your honor.
Then I'll do exactly as you said. I'll go return those 2 keys right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second chance you've given me. I swear this on my name and honor as a Marechaussee hunter. Until we meet again, everyone.
That's really nice. I'm glad that he got another chance. He lost his way, but he found it again. After seeing what it's all about, to have honor, it's really beautiful.
Speaking of Marechaussee hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the hunters are remembered. Don't you want that?
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails. I am no exception. My identity as a Marechaussee hunter is not something I need people to remember. I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing more.
Cool.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your decision.
Wait! Paimon just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our weapons begin to glow during the battle?
That's because the Marechaussee hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the monsters. Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
It's just like in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end. I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
Oh? How so?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw in the room. The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters. Countless monsters fell to their blades. That's likely why the devorator visibly reacted when you said them out loud.
Wow, yeah, it's really like a battle between good and evil.
So the names held the power all along.
Navia, everything you said during your summon.
Yeah, about how...
Huh? Oh,
Oh my god.
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah, I'm glad you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself. It's embarrassing.
That was a moment that they had. I think... But Clorinde's master... After the way that she treated baby Clorinde, I just can't... I don't know. I don't like her.
I really appreciated those words.
All right.
But it was kind.
Don't get all sentimental on me. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I'm going to go on ahead. Don't fall too far behind now.
Blue Icebox, thank you for the 6-month resub. I really appreciate it.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to spend the whole night telling my siblings all about it.
See you later.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Traveler, should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
The significance is that it's what happens now. The significance is what we feel now in the moment. What happens later will have a different significance of the later moment. So...
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here. In the things we were able to accomplish. Even if no one remembers them.
She speaks. Wow. She actually said the words. It's awesome. There's value in the time we share, even if no one remembers.
A great answer. I'll remember it.
What will your answer be?
Me? The Marachose hunter says nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
That's so cheesy and cute. She's narrating as the GM. Was so adorable. Wow. I love this quest. I'm sad it's over because I want to do more D&D with the different characters. I'm ready for them to add a new game mode. Like, let's just let every hangout be a D&D mode where you play. Like, I want to be able to pick different characters to do the D&D with. So it's amazing. It was awesome. We learned so much about Claran and why she is the way she is. She has this playful side that she expresses through this hobby, which is really endearing. There was so much cute art as well. Yes, the book. The book. Oh! The character album. Game Master, Clorinde, which this is super cute art. I'm ready. I would like to have the other outfits for these characters. Navia, background, an optimistic, kind-hearted Marachose hunter who also happens to be a shrewd merchant. She has a quick wit and is exceptionally eloquent. Summon. Everybody can summon. Marechaussee hunter with a beautiful singing voice and a deep grounding in the arts, capable of moving people to their very core through the power of performance. Deep down, she yearns. Someday she might become a performing artist in a more peaceful era. Lenny, the adopted son of a marechaussee hunter. His experience of roaming the streets as a child has taught him some key survival. Yeah, this was awesome for Lenny too, getting to be like this roguish thief type. That was super cool. It fit his character really well. Oh god. I had the lamest outfit though. Really. A kind, upstanding marechaussee hunter. You introduce yourself to your companions with the following words. I've been studying the culinary arts since I was a child. I hope my delicious food can help boost people's spirits. Paimon follows marechaussee hunter Zepla around in the capacity of best friend and guide. Yeah. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time that I had to roll, I rolled a nat 20. I don't know if you remember that. I think there was 2 times that I could roll, and I had 2 nat 20s. So...